Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. And look what I've got. I've got this amazing Christmas ball or bulbs, I don't know how you pronounce it, mold from Molds and Shapes. It's the Elegant Christmas bulb mold. So I hope I pronounce it correctly. And this is a mold I asked for quite a while, and I'm so happy that Molds and Shapes realized this amazing mold. I really think it's very adorable. So I start pouring into this mold, and I have here some glitter, and the glitter has more brownish sheen with a little bit of holographic effects. And I'm drizzling this into the mold, just using my hands because it's easier than having the gloves on. And you see what I'm doing, just a little bit of a sprinkle into the center of each mold. I really love this mold. I know I just said it, but it's amazing. You have got 10 different shapes, and yeah, I just love it. So I want to make a little bit like amber inspired. So I've mixed some colors. I mixed some white because I want to do a little bit like a web effect. And here I'm showing you the resin I'm using. It's the Artline Honey. And yeah, this is the white, like I said, pigment drops from Etta Art. I mixed this not too opaque, but also not too transparent. Then I have the burgundy velvet from Craftsman Store. And it's a beautiful reddish, really deep reddish color. And I have the team orange from Dip-On. So these are my colors for the pour. And like I said, I want to achieve such a amber design because I think it might look very elegant in this mold. What I'm starting here, I'm starting pouring the orange. And I'm going along the edge like you would do for the web effect. But I already know that the effect will look slightly different when I'm pouring into these little molds with all the different shapes. Regarding my pigments, the burgundy velvet and also the team orange, I mixed the pigment powder quite thin. So I don't have it so strong. I only used a little bit of the powder because I want to keep it a little bit transparent so that, you know, the effect is not as hard. The rim is not as hard. But you will see it later when I demold. So I added some white along the edge, then I pushed everything out with the clear resin, and now I'm pouring the burgundy velvet on top, and then again a little bit white, and then I just let the resin do what it needs to do. So I'm showing you 3 of the bulbs because I keep on repeating what I'm doing. The only thing that's different after a while, and you see it when I put my time lapse on, that I start also with the burgundy red. So, and then I have these, they are like in a very brownish gold tone cracks. Glass cracks, and I put them, you know, just below the hanger, because when you have the Christmas bulbs, you always have this metal thing on there, and this I'm trying to recreate in my mold. Yeah, I'm so happy with this mold. When I saw this, when I opened my package, I thought, yes, Molds and Shapes, finally. Yeah, sometimes wishes become true, and I'm very happy. So, and normally I would have made a Christmas in July pour, but as you know, Molds and Shapes only opened on 1st of August again. So my video is in August. I hope it's okay for you. Sometimes, you know, you cannot plan, and like I said, I was so surprised about this mold, so I thought I need to pour this mold as soon as possible. For sure, I will be pouring more of this around Christmas time, but for now, I thought, yeah. So, and now I'm doing the next one, and you see it's almost like a little flower shape. I really like it with all these waves at the edges. It's very nice. And I started again with the team orange. Then I'm using my white, and you can see that I'm really taking my time. I'm not hurrying too much because, yeah, I was really enjoying pouring in this mold. So again, thank you Molds and Shapes for designing this mold. It's amazing. So again, the white. And then I just take my clear resin, I push everything, you know, to the sides. And then I can use my burgundy, go again around the edge, and then again the white. What will happen is that I have a clear center, and I think, you know, in the past I didn't like it, but I think it's very beautiful and it adds really to the depths. It's really wonderful, yeah, effect, I think. And yeah, I'm already telling you about the effect. But you know, this is also what I wanted to create, that you have really a nice 3D effect. And yeah, this is what I adore about resin art, that you achieve those effects. You need to be careful with this mold that you are not overfilling, because in every of these molds fits different amount of resin. And just be careful, especially when you push out your colors. If you decide to do this sort of web effect, I don't know if you can call it a web effect, because it doesn't make the effects like a typical web effect. So again, these glass stones, so I have two different ones. Some are a little bit lighter than the others, but I thought really this matches well with the colors I've been using. So now I have the lower one. It's the round Christmas bulb, and Molds and Shapes, they have molds with the round Christmas bulbs, and they are like in coaster size, and these are also very amazing. They have them in a normal version, they have them in a holographic version, they have them with gnomes, little gnomes, they have them with Christmas designs, so there's a lot you can look for. These are for me the most amazing molds you can have for all seasons. So, and now I'm doing the same thing. I'm pushing out my color again. There you go. And then I'm taking my burgundy again, going around the edge. There you go. And then again my white. Later on you will see it when I put the time lapse on. I didn't mix up enough resin, so the last one I needed to make some extra resin, mix up some extra resin, and the effects are a little bit different for the last one, but I didn't film it because I thought you've seen now so much and it might be boring for you if I, you know, wait again, and yeah, you know what I mean. So I hope you don't mind that I cannot show the last one, but I did this later separately without filming. So now you saw that I poured the red first, and now the effects also the stones. And you know, I made this 10 times faster than I would normally pour. So, you know, otherwise the video would take an hour or something like this, I don't know. But you know, it's really making beautiful effects already, and you can see how the resin is moving. Anyway, and this is now a close-up from when I stopped pouring, and you can see how the resin was moving. Very beautiful. And you can see the clear center, but you know, you know what I mean. But I really like it. I think it's very beautiful, and it will give a really nice 3D effect. So, and now up there, this is the one I poured later, and you can tell that my resin was thinner than with the others, because I really hurried up for this one so I could finish it. Anyway, this is now the next day and time for demolding. They are still bendy, so I have to be careful, but I was so curious and I wanted to see how they are looking, and look at this. I think it looks amazing, really like them. So the next one, getting this out of the mold. It goes very easy, but like I said, I need to be careful because it's still bendy. I will later on put this on a very smooth foil so they can harden and nothing will happen to the back side. So this is again one, and look at this. I think they really have a nice amber touch. And when I showed this, because I showed this to Marianne from MoldsandShapes, and she was really like Belgian chocolate, Belgium toffees, and I said, well, I wanted to achieve an amber effect. And she said, yeah, actually it looks like amber. So yeah, we had a little chat about it. I'm very happy with this pour. So the next one takes a while till I have all the 10 pieces out of the mold. I hope you have mercy with me, and oh my god, you can see how bendy it still is. But really, you can touch them, they are touch dry, there are no marks. I was just so curious. Next one. And this is also one of the very beautiful shades and shapes. Really like this. So I'm now a little bit fast because otherwise it would take ages. But you will see later on as well how they are looking. I will make an etching as well, you know, like a rose golden etching, and then I will dome it. I didn't film this because you saw me many times doming my products, and then I thought, you know, it's okay, you know how to dome, and then you see later on the final result. And this is the one, you know, where I poured last, where I mixed my separate resin. So now there's a close-up how they are looking without the rim. I think the colors are so adorable. Actually, you know, it looks like a darker brown, but in light, and it's difficult to catch on a film. It has this really very dark reddish color. But look at these effects. Look at the 3D effect. I think they have so much depth, those little cuties. I really adore them. Also with the glitter, it's very nice. I think this is actually one of the glitters from Laura's Art Corner, which Sandra Rettich once shared with me. So yeah, I think it's perfectly matching this. And yeah, these are now the final results. And I put them on the sofa so you can have a look. It was difficult to film, but you can see maybe how much depth they have and how shiny they are doing the top coat. I think it's well worth it, even though with those little ornaments, you need to be a little bit patient. So, and with this, I love and leave you. I thank you for watching, and please don't forget to check out Molds and Shapes. They're just amazing. Okay, take care. Bye bye.